Hey y'all, I'm back. Here's another episode for you. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Well, can I ask you guys something? Nah, I don't even care. I'm gonna ask. Have you guys ever looked at someone you're related to and realized you don't even know who the fuck they are anymore? Or maybe they don't even know you. Sometimes the people that we're supposed to feel the closest to become the ones that are the furthest away, even if they're next door, even if they live a few minutes away. They become strangers. That's what today's topic is going to be about. So welcome back to Louder Than Nice. Sorry, I took notes. This is from another anonymous subscriber, this topic. And like I said, welcome back to Louder Than Nice. I'm Cece Boom. Boom, 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 bitch. Today's conversation is going to be a hard one because family isn't always simple. We grow up hearing that family is forever. I've always heard that. I've always said that. But sometimes life changes people. Sometimes distance happens. Sometimes hurt happens. And sometimes strangers share the same last name. Yes. Sometimes strangers share the same last name. So let's get into it, shall we? Not every relationship, guys, is meant to stay the same forever. Change is always happening, okay? Change always happens, no matter what. No matter what it is, good, bad, happy, sad, change is always constant and it's always happening. As we grow, our values change, our priorities change, and sometimes our relationships, they change too. That doesn't always mean that someone's a bad person, though. It may simply mean that you're no longer walking on the same path, which is kind of sad, but it's just the way life is. Everything happens the way it's supposed to, right? Right. So I thought that this was a good topic to talk about because I have so many cousins, and I mean a fucking sea of cousins, dude, like all over. And I remember growing up, and I remember thinking, like, we're always going to be together. Family's forever. I'm always going to get to see them. I can't wait till my kids hang out with their kids. Oh my God. I can't wait to be neighbors with my cousin and like go borrow sugar from them, or we can have barbecues all the time. I used to literally think that. I talk to maybe one cousin every day. Shout out to Baby D. Y'all don't know Baby D, but you will. And I can name a handful of cousins that I do see at family gatherings. Sad to say, at funerals. But there are so many cousins I don't see. I miss. I remember thinking as a kid, like, we're always gonna be together. We're always gonna be together. No, we ain't even friends on fucking social media. And then on my dad's side, which is really sad, trigger alert, a lot of them are hooked on schmugs. A lot of them have addictions. And it's sad because I can remember as kids, we could play for hours. I remember as kids, us talking about wanting to break that cycle in our family of addiction. I broke it. Baby D broke it. A handful of my other cousins broke it, but a big fucking handful of them didn't. And it's sad. And they're strangers to me. We share the same last name. We have the same DNA almost. We have the same grandparents. And they're fucking strangers to me. Like, these are my cousins. They were my best friends growing up. I don't even see them anymore. And it breaks my heart. And honestly, I feel like I grieved a lot of them already. Like they're transitioning. I when people pass on, I don't say they pass on, they died. I say they transition because I'm a medium. I talk to the muertos, aka the dead. And that's a subject for another episode, but just to touch base on this subject. I talk to them and I know what it's like to have to grieve those who've transitioned, and I know what it's like to have to talk to people who are still here, but they're a shell of themselves, and it's just like talking to a muerto, to be honest with you. Yeah. So I grieve a lot of my relatives who are still here. I grieve a lot that have transitioned, but there's a lot of them, unfortunately, that I grieve that are still walking this earth today that are like complete strangers to me. Except when my nana calls and she needs help with something, or one of them is like getting out of control and we have to go do what we got to do to help her. Yeah. But it's one of the hardest things I can say that I've had to do is like to accept that you can miss someone who is still here. But when I say I'm grieving them, what I'm really grieving is the relationship that I hoped I would have with them, that I no longer, or the relationship I hoped I would have, the relationship I did have as we were growing up, that I'm no longer ever going to have again. Yeah. And I grieve the relationship that we never will have. And that's one of the realest, most saddest kinds of grief you can have, unfortunately. So if you're going through something similar to what I'm discussing in this episode, I want you to know that you're not alone. Family can be complicated, and healing is not always about getting everyone back together, because sometimes they can't even fucking stand each other, or they can't be in the same room as each other, or people are holding grudges. But healing is learning to move forward with your peace in your heart. And I feel like that's the best way that we can heal when it comes to these types of situations. And when it comes to, unfortunately, not knowing that stranger who's related to you who shares the same last name. So I hope that you guys took something home from this little discussion, this little short topic. And if you've ever had a family relationship that changed over time, put it in the comments. Let us know what helped you to find peace with it. I would definitely love to hear your story. And I know that if you put your story in the comments, it's definitely going to help somebody else too. So let's all grow together, bloom together. Let's help each other. And let's just help each other to heal one day at a time. So thank you again for listening. Thank you for sending in your emails. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to tell people about the channel. And definitely let me know if you have any ideas for future episodes. I will be back with more. Thank you. Bye.